Hey there guys, welcome back for another Mortal Realms Monday magazine review. This week we are taking a look at issue 69 of the Mortal Realms magazine. Nothing overly special with this magazine, just two pots of, I can't really call them paint, technical stuff. We've got Sterling Mud, which obviously we've had before, you guys know about that. And we get a pot of technical Storm Shield, or Storm Shield. For those of you that don't know, this is a matte varnish. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it. It's not, I wouldn't say 100% matte, but it's definitely not gloss. Obviously you apply this with brush. There are ways to apply it with an airbrush, but there are better ones to use with an airbrush than this. But you apply it with a brush over your model, and obviously the idea is give it a couple of coats, letting each coat dry fully before the next one. It does dry pretty quick if you apply them in thin coats, and obviously it's just so that when you're playing with your models and you're picking them up and handling them, you're not rubbing the paint off, especially on the edges of weapons and hard corners and things like that. You tend to rub the paint off. This will stop that from happening. Eventually it will start to wear. If you notice some of the paint starting to wear off, just give it a quick coat of this over the top, and that'll carry on protecting it. But yeah, that is the Storm Shield. So before taking a look in the magazine, we do have another large fold out here. So we've got Living Magic. So we've got obviously these here. I actually like that one. I've seen this painted up recently on TikTok. I do have a TikTok now, by the way. I'll put a link down in the description there if you want to follow me on there. I post on there updates of what I'm doing in my personal projects, and obviously, you know, other bits and pieces there. So go check that out as well. But yeah, so we have different. I think these are called permanent magic or something. It's spells that last more than one turn on the tabletop, and you use these to represent those spells. Now personally, I think this would have made a good addition to the collection rather than some of the models that we have had in the past, or in particular issue 78, I believe it is, we get two bases and that is it. I think that putting in the spells for the Night Haunt, if they get them, would have been better. I know that these do sell in packs for the different types of magic, so yeah, I think a Night Haunt one may have done better. It's funny how these are for Skaven, yet it has a lot more Night Haunty type look, especially with the bell. And then obviously this one here and here are definitely a lot more towards Night Haunt. Can't really see anything that is. I think this one is a Stormcast spell, and I think maybe one of these, although that looks a lot more Eldari Lumineth type spell. So we've got Celestial Magic, Sylvaneth, but yeah, you know, there's, I mean, this one here says that it's Sigmars. Obviously we've got the hammers, so I think having two issues where we had the sets of these would have been much better for our collection. But that's just my personal opinion. Let me know down in the comment what you guys think. If you think that, you know, you would have preferred something like this and what you would rather have swapped it out for, let me know. But yeah, so as a little pull out or fold out on magic. And in the issue we have obviously the Sterling Mud and Storm Shield that we get. Discover endless spells, that's the one, that's what I was trying to think. Endless spells and rules for battling in Shyish. So Stormcast Eternals, Lord Castellant. At the heart of the Stormcast army stands the Lord Castellant, utterly indomitable in the face of any foe. This warrior and commander ensures his comrades will hold fast no matter what. And he's definitely a tough, meanie looking guy. I think he's fighting some Chaos champions there. Looks like it would have been a can't remember the name, but the skirmish battle that we can play, or the other one that Games Workshop do. Looks like that's what they're playing there. Then we have the Realms. So this is the Everspring Swathe Part 4. Again, set during the Age of Chaos. The Everspring Swathe was all but destroyed by the forces of Nurgle in the Age of Chaos. However, this era of darkness was ended by Sigmar's Stormcast Eternals, who helped transform this region back into a bastion of order. Gotta love good old Papanugal. Grandpapa Nurgle, Grandfather Nurgle. But yeah, he's my favourite Chaos God. Don't know why. I just think the look of the models that he has definitely cool and gruesome and yucky and whatever else. And then we have Order Teclis. It is said that there is no greater sorcerer in the realms than Teclis, one of the twin gods of light. This elven deity is dedicated to bringing illumination to all of the mortal realms. Not keen on these guys. Obviously they were released, I think it was last year, maybe the year before, but they were some of the newer models for Age of Sigmar, released before 3rd edition. And personally, I don't like the headwear. I think it's a bit too over the top. It does not look like you could fight too well with this big bloody headdress, horns, knocking your head all over the place. The models themselves look nice, just not the horns. I think if I was to collect an army like this, I would see about sculpting and getting rid of it all. But obviously that's my personal choice. Then we have how to paint the Sigmarite ruins, which I thought we already had in the issue that they came with. That's why it's adding the extra details. So this is to take them a step further on painting your ruins. So yeah, filling the fountain. Oh right, that's just painting the bottom of it. I thought they were going to go a bit on some resin or something then and actually filling it up, but no, just painting the bottom. Then rusting and aging, and then the finished models. Then we've got how to paint storm shields. So this is varnish. Dampen your brush. See, that's one that I don't do with varnishing. I find that it goes fine enough anyway. I use an old brush, this one. You see it's that old that it's starting to set halfway down the bristles. But yeah, this one I find works fine, just to apply a couple of thin coats of varnish. Obviously if you want to thin it, make sure that you haven't got a drop of water on there. You just want to, I would say, dip the brush in the pot and then touch it to some paper towel. Don't put it across, just touch it to it so that the paper towel absorbs the paint out of the bristles, and that will leave your brush damp enough, and then you can go about applying it. Dust your models with a dry brush. Obviously make sure there's no dust collecting on them, although if you are painting before varnishing straight after painting, you're not going to have that problem anyway. And the same with this one. Chipped paint, obviously this is what happens when we are handling the models unvarnished. You tend to rub off the paint on the sharper edges. So if you've done that, you want to touch up those edges. Typically that is the only place I find the paint rubs off. You can get it on flat edges if you're handling it a lot, but typically the edges are the first to go. So definitely get a couple of thin coats of this on there. Let them dry fully for about 10 minutes between each layer. I find this stuff does dry really quick when applied thinly. Usually if I start at the top of a model, go to the bottom, leave it 2 minutes, I can go back in again, but I'd recommend leaving it a good 5 to 10 minutes, make sure it is fully dry before going back over. Right, so then we've got quite a thin issue, this one. So this is the core rules. So Shyish, the realm of death. The realm of death is suffused with the energies of ending. Those that master the power of this gloomy realm can sap the will of their enemies and grant their allies unnatural toughness. So we've got realm sphere magic, realm command, realmscape feature, and a scenery rule. Alright, so we've got tutorials on magic being used within the realm. Tactics tutorial, a charge screening. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Protect the Tomb Banshee with the chain rasps. Get the chain rasps in combat first, and then some aggressive defense. Then for the battle we have Return unto Death. The Stormcast Eternals have sent a detachment of brave scouts to the realm of death to try and work out what the Nighthaunt have planned for Batar. However, a powerful horror awaits them there already. A prosecutor surveys a citadel of the dead, looking for answers. So, as always, these are the forces that we can use, or the units that we can use, made up from the models that we have in our collection. And battle wise, so we've got a single objective in the center of the map, using just the one map. It's not 4, so that is one map, and it's the flip side with the terrain pieces. Place your terrain pieces down. Obviously we have all of these, and the objective is king of the castle, top of the tower piece there, and then the Nighthaunt territory is on the right, Stormcast on the left. It doesn't actually say how far in. I would say go about 6 inches in. Set up units be set up wholly within their own territory. Yeah, it doesn't say, so I'd say 6 to 9 inches in, as it's a single mat. It's not overly huge. Unit wise, we've got 3 choices from the heroes list and 3 from the troops, so obviously smaller armies. It is meant to be just a smaller scout type battle, and then obviously anything marked with a star is 2 units. Then next issue 70, the start of the final run, we get the Nighthaunt champion Kurdos Valentian, and issue 71 we get the Gryph-hound statues. Now obviously a while back I said that I was going to do the big guy statue in green marble, so like an emerald look. I didn't do that. It will be these guys, so I'm doing these in an emerald look. Here I wouldn't quite call this emerald. This looks a lot more like rusted, not rusted, bronze with the green oxidation, that thing on it. But yeah, so it will be similar to these, but it will have obviously the white marks and through it, making it look a bit more. We can go emerald, or I think it was actually not jade, marble, like a green marble that I was going to do. But yeah, we'll go for a greenish look on these guys. Anyway, that is the end of the issue and therefore the episode. If you like the issue, or if you like the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you are newly subscribed, big warm welcome to you. Thank you everyone who has subscribed so far. The channel is slowly growing, and with your help, we'll get there eventually. As I mentioned last episode, let me know down in the comments what you would like to see from the Imperium magazine collection in regards of content, tutorials, videos, anything like that. What let me know what you want to see, and I'll see what I can do. But until next time, guys, take it easy. Keep painting those minis.